Hi everyone, my name is Mallory and welcome to my YouTube channel, Graceful Pilates. Today's video is a level 1 full body 30-minute mat Pilates workout class. I have two props today. I have a light fabric resistance band as well as 2-pound dumbbell weights. Place those off to the side so they're in easy reach. Starting in Pilates breathing, sitting cross-legged. In the middle of your mat, place one hand on your chest, other hand on your lower belly, stacking both so they're in alignment, staring straight ahead. Once you're ready and you have that stacked, you can place both of your palms on either side of your knees, starting with Pilates breathing. So breathing in through the nose for 3, and then out through the mouth for 5. Inhale, and exhale. For this next one, try to inhale for 3 and exhale for 7. And exhale. All right, once you're ready, grab both of your hand weights, one in each side. I'm gonna sit on the edge of my mat just so I don't hit my wall here. Now, sitting tall, staring straight ahead, both of your palms facing each other, parallel arms facing forward, making sure those shoulders are not lifting, staring straight ahead, starting with that spinal rotation, making an L shape, starting on the left-hand side. Pause, return, right side makes that L shape. Pause, return. You're here for 12 on each side. Trying to keep the shoulders nice and even. If you need to, you can create a micro bend with those elbows or drop those hand weights. Making sure you're staring straight ahead. Pausing in between each set, halfway there. 6 more on each side. Thinking about widening as you make those L's and those reverse L's. Just 3 more on each side. One more. Hold those arms out long for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. You can lower your arms. Now, sit on the middle of your mat, either starting with a roll down with your knees bent or having them out long. Legs out long is more of a challenge, starting with those roll downs. So, palms facing each other, sit tall. Slowly bring your arms up and over your head as you lower on down. Now lift all the way up, creating a natural curve with that spine towards those toes. You're here for 4 more. Halfway there. Again, if you need to, you can have your knees bent and your arms would just go past those knees. Try to reach farther for these last 2. Palms should be facing each other, long arms the entire time. Last 1. Good job. Once you're ready, you're going into the crook spine position. So feet parallel. Adjust to widen those sit bones, staring up at that ceiling. Arms go out long, facing each other, starting with arms reaching. Notice where your ribs are. Try not to let them flare. Step up those abs. Your arms are just going to go past your shoulders and return to your chest. Pass your shoulders, return to your chest. Pause between each set. Try not to let those knees flare. You're here for 12. Try to exhale as you extend those arms. Inhale as you return. Again, try to control your ribs. Really focusing on those arms and that movement, stirring up at that ceiling. Just 4 more. It's a small movement. 1 more. Hold it behind you for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower those weights for a moment, 1 on each side, with equal opportunity to grab easily. Once you are ready, still with your feet flat, knees facing forward, hips are nice and open, staring up at that ceiling, palms down onto that mat, pressed against that mat into a shoulder bridge, rolling those hips up nice and high to where you notice that there is not a dip in between your hips to your hamstrings. You may look in the mirror to adjust, maybe go an inch higher in that shoulder bridge, then slowly roll down from the upper to the middle to the lower back. That's 1. You are here for 12. We're gonna make sure again you have a nice solid base in those arms, lifting up, staring up at that ceiling, not letting that chin go to chest, and then slowly roll all the way back down with those hips. Roll up and down. Nice and slow. Again, chin should not be to your chest. Slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Halfway there. Try to exhale as you roll back down. Inhale as you lift those hips up. Trying to keep those hips nice and even the entire time. If you notice your knees are flaring out, try to put more weight into them, into your feet. You're here for 3 more. All right, on this last one, hold that bridge. You're here for 7. If you want, you can also do a micro pulse with those hips. Just keep those hips even. 3, 2, 1. Slowly roll all the way down. Taking a moment, maybe you want knees to chest, roll like a ball, side to side, whatever feels good. Once you're ready, you're going to grab those hand weights that are on the sides of your mat. And you're going to lift your arms up, palms facing each other. Your arms are going to stay here. Now use your hips to roll up into a shoulder bridge. Arms stay lifted, roll on down. You're here for 8. Again, make sure those hips are nice and even as you lift up, making sure there is not a gap between your hips and your hamstrings as you lift up, not letting that chin go to your chest. Try to go a little bit higher each time. Again, as you roll down, you're halfway there. You're rolling on down 1 vertebrae at a time. On this last one, hold it here, lift an inch higher. If you can, you're here for 7. 3, 2, squeeze those glutes, and 1. Roll all the way down. Hand weights go to the sides of your mat again. All right. Now, for this next one, it is toe taps. So, start with your left leg in reverse tabletop. Lower it down. Right leg, reverse tabletop. Lower it down. Only your legs are doing the work here. You're here for 12. Palms are still against that mat. Palms facing down. Making sure you're making that reverse tabletop for each set. Four more on each side. Zip up those abs. Last one. Good. Lower on down. Equal weight in those feet. Your palms are staying down, flush against that mat. Once you're ready, lift on up and hold a bridge. High hips. Again, there should not be a gap in between your hips and your hamstrings. Now for those marches, starting with the left, try not to let those hips fall as you go from one side to the other. You're here for 8. If you need to, you can lower on down and do 12 toe taps without using that bridge. Halfway there. 3 more on each side. Again, trying to keep those hips nice and high. 1 more on each side. Good. Slowly lower all the way down. All right, once you are ready, you are going to go into a tabletop, lifting your upper body. You're either gonna do a single or a double leg reach. So either you grab one leg and the other one extends, or you grab both legs and then your arms go out overhead as your legs reach out. Listen to your body. Either do a single or a double leg reach. You're here for 8 on each side. Twisting if you're doing the single leg reach. Zip up those abs. Halfway there. 2 more on each side. Good. And grab those hamstrings, slowly lowering on down. Good job. Now, onto the 4-point kneel. Your hand weights are going to stay off to the side for this one. Adjust so that you are towards the middle of your mat. Equal weight on your palms, wide fingers. In this 4-point kneel, you want your shoulders stacked with your palms. Once you are ready, lift your left arm and right leg, palm facing down, pulse, then return all the way back down. Opposite side, right arm goes long, palm facing down, left leg reaches, and pulse. You are here for 12 on each side, really trying to land your palm so that your shoulder distance apart, and you're nice and even. This is called a 4-point kneel. Halfway there. Okay, for these last 3, don't forget to pulse on each side. Last set. Good. Lower on down, rest for a moment. Once you're ready, you're going to go back into that 4-point kneel. Now in that 4-point kneel, again, palms facing that floor, wide fingers, shoulders stacked with your palms. There should not be a bend in that neck. You should be staring straight down. You are going to lift at the knees with your toes curled. Lift on up and lower. You're here for 10. Just grazing that mat and then lowering back down. Halfway there. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower on down. Good job. All right, once you're ready, you're going to go into a plank. You can either go into a modified plank on your forearms, palms facing down, shoulder distance apart, with your chest and your hips nice and even. Or you can have your arms out long in a traditional plank, palms in alignment with your shoulders. Listen to your body here, lifting on up onto your version of a plank. You're holding it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, there should not be a bend in your neck, staring down, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower on down. Once you are ready, you are going to grab, if you have one, your fabric resistance band, and it's going to go onto your mid thighs. Once you're ready, lay on down onto your left hand side. Left or bottom arm goes out long. Lay on your bicep. Your back is going to go to the back of the mat. Your shins are going to bend 90 parallel the front of the mat. Once you are ready, your top leg, or your right leg in this case, is going to go out long, parallel foot, just lift and lower. You're here for 8. Keeping that leg parallel the entire time, long leg. 4 more. Your palm can be in front of you or by your side, your top arm. On this last one, just pulse up, micro pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that top leg to stack with that lower leg. Take a deep breath. Once you're ready, that top leg is going to hover with your knees and your feet still stacked into a single leg press or single leg reach. So your leg goes out long in alignment with your hip and then returns to that stack. Do not let those knees go past each other. You're here for 12. Parallel foot the entire time. Pause between each set. Top arm can be by your side or out in front of you for support. Again, as you return, knees should not go past each other. You're staring straight ahead. You're halfway there. Two more. On this last one, just hold it out long, micro pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Return, stack those legs. Take a moment here. All right, once you're ready, that top leg is going to go out long in front of you. Now for an external lateral rotation, instead of a parallel foot, your toes are going to point at an angle towards that ceiling. Your heels are going to point towards an angle towards that floor. Lower and lift for 8, 7, nice and slow. 6, arms still by your side. 5, 4, focus on the external rotation. 2, and 1. Good. Lower on down. Place that off to the side for now, I guess. Once you're ready, you finish that last set. Roll on over to the other side, keeping that resistance band on. Lower arm goes out long to support your head. Again, scooch so that your back is towards the back of the mat. Your shins are parallel, stacked towards the front of that mat. Making sure that resistance band is nice and even, staring straight ahead. Palm, your top arm can go out in front of you or by your side, whatever you need. Listen to your body here. Once you're ready, that top leg, or the left leg in this case, because you're on your right-hand side, is going to lift on up, parallel foot, out long, lower and lift for 8. See if you can go an inch back farther with that leg so you're in alignment with your hip here. Good. Once you're ready, lower that leg. Take a deep breath. All right, once you're ready, top leg is going to hover over the bottom leg. This is your starting point. Knees are in alignment. You're gonna press out, single leg press, single leg reach. Return to where your knees are in alignment. You're here for 12. Parallel foot, staring straight ahead. Palm by your side or out in front of you. Don't let those knees go past each other. As you press out, see if you can go an inch further back in alignment with your hip. And then return to a stacked position. You're halfway there. Two more. On this next one, hold it out and just micro pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly drop that top leg. All right, once you are ready, the last set for the side series is your your top leg lifts out long, external rotation in that foot, and lower and lift for 8, 7, go an inch back further if you can, staring straight ahead, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on that last one, hold it out and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good. Slowly lower that top leg. Once you are ready, you can lift on up, take that resistance band off. Now onto the standing series. Grab both of those hand weights, stand on up onto the middle of your mat. Once you are ready, staring straight ahead, making sure that your chest and your pelvis region are stacked here. You're gonna have equal weight in those feet, hip distance apart, palms out by your sides, lowering and lifting for some calf raising, keeping your arms by your sides. You're here for 8. Halfway there. See if you can lift those heels just a little bit higher for these last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rest for a moment. All right, once you are ready, you are going to do another series of your heels lifting. In this case, as your heels lift, arms are going to go out long, parallel arms, and then return back down. You're here for another 8. Lower both at the same time, palms lifting as your heels lift. You're halfway there. Two more. 1 more. Lower on down. Okay. Take a deep breath. Okay, for this last set, as your heels lift, your arms are going to go out overhead and press up for a arm press. So lift those heels, bend those elbows, lift, and then lower those arms as you lower those heels. You're here for another 8. This requires a lot of coordination. Maybe your heels don't go as high for this round, that's okay. If you need to, you can just lower and lift those heels. Halfway there. 3 more. Don't let those shoulders raise too high towards your face. And last one. Lower all the way down. Good. Hand weights can go off to the side, onto the last position, which is prone. So on your stomach, have your elbows bent, tucked in by your sides. See if you can, legs out long, see if you can lift your head up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower on down. Take a deep breath. On your next exhale, either lift just your head, staring at that mat, or see if you can lift those arms as well. For 5, 4, 3, 2, I got carried away. Don't lift those legs yet. 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Now for this set, see if you can lift on your next exhale, your forehead, your arms, and your legs. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. breath on this last one. Palms are going to go out a little bit in front of you, forehead's on that mat. Carefully see if you can lift up your upper body and see how far you can straighten out those arms for that thoracic extension. Hold it here, staring straight ahead. Be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, lower the shoulders, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. All right, I hope you enjoyed that 30-minute level 1 full body mat class with me. I hope you have a great day. Thanks, bye.